Our spider is back. What's going on, guys? And welcome back to the Otaku Room with me, Dom from the Otaku Room, and Season 1, Cour 2, the next 12 episodes of So I'm a Spider, So What, and our favorite girl spider, Kumoko. We are back, guys. So today's episode was a reintroduction to Kumoko, where we left off on all the cliffhangers for the last 12 episodes for Cour 1, and kind of where the story is going to be going forward. Right off the bat, guys, the things that I want to hit on is I need to talk about the OP. So the OP for Cour 2 changed. The song, it's a banger. But 2, we had a lot of hints of what we're going to see moving forward. Now, I don't want to spoil anything or anything of that nature, so the couple of things that I will hint on is we know that the teacher is heavily endowed with a lot of information within the land. We see her being a big part of what's been going on between the demons and the human empire and what the hell's going on with the elves. The other thing that we saw within the OP, and I implore you guys to go take a look at it, is we saw that the demon lord is at some point is going to fight a version or an evolutionary line of Kumoko. So we saw her battling Kumoko. We were also heavily reintroduced to the girl in white, which we are assuming is also Kumoko as well. We see a lot of the girl in white as well, so that led me to believe that is her. And then we got to see Kumoko fighting Momma Kumoko. So we got to see her finally facing off against her moms, which we knew that at some point she's going to have to do. Which leads me into the actual episode for today. So the episode began with her kind of escaping the dungeon. We got reintroduced to the fight between her and Araba, because last episode we were left off on her not understanding Araba's feelings when he basically conceded defeat to her, and she just couldn't understand that because she's been in full survival mode, and he's basically content with knowing that his life was going to end at the hands of Kumoko. So we got reintroduced to that whole scene, and then we got reintroduced to her escaping the labyrinth or the dungeon as well, and we got to see her finally feel the sunlight. When she escaped, she thought that she was trapped again, which apparently there's a bunch of human guards at the entrance of the labyrinth, and she was able to immediately obliterate them, no problem whatsoever, and she was finally able to kind of go outside and bask in the sunlight. Overall, that glory, I guess you could say, came to an end pretty quick when Momma decided to try and call her back, because she has a special skill that's called it's called kin something, but basically to where she can control and manipulate her kin, which we know that Kumoko is going to end up having that skill as well, which was, I thought, really cool to kind of set that up for later. But she has this ability to control her kin, so she was sending like signals or text messages, mental text messages to Kumoko to say, hey, come back to the labyrinth. And Kumoko, because of her skill, I think it was heresy, I think it's called, she was able to negate any attacks on the soul, which is what that controlling is controlling the soul, essentially. So she was able to negate that, which I thought was really awesome. And because that she was able to negate that, she was able to say, nope, Mama ain't coming back. And because of that, Momma Kumoko sent an army of spiders to her. As Momma Kumoko was sending the army of spiders to her, Kumoko was able to discover that she has an evolutionary line. As she was thinking in her brain, she was thinking of snacks and human snacks, because she found a town. She found an evolutionary line, Arachne, to where she could get a human form, which is already kind of setting up kind of where we know the anime is going, or at least where we think it's going. And she's able to have an evolutionary line to get there, so she now knows, like, hey, I'm gonna work towards getting that evolution, so I can contain and or obtain a human form, so that way I can indulge in some snacks. As it happened, the human army, or the spider army, not human, the spider army, attacked her, and she saw it as an opportunity to level up and really kind of give it to her mom, which she did as well. And she was able to take on the spider army. She was able to teleport them and cook them back in the center of the labyrinth where all the hot lava was, and she was able to partake in a very spider meal of her brethren and able to level up a little bit as well. Then we were introduced to the human side, where Schlein is coming in, where Yamada is coming into his hero-ness. We got introduced to some of the elves. We got introduced to Anna, which is his attendant, or his I guess like his maid, which is a half elf, where there's something off about her. We were introduced to the elf people, which the teacher, which the teacher is part of the elf people, and she was talking about how she couldn't prevent. She was trying to be the mediary between the elves, the humans, and the demon empire, and she couldn't stop the war. And we got to see kind of their round table happening there as well. So I thought that was really cool. We got introduced to the distrust for the church, which we know the church is kind of kooky. So I thought that was really interesting and really cool there as well. And then we got shown 𝐜𝐻𝐻𝐸. So 𝐜𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐸 is back, and we know that 𝐜𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐸 was tainted by some kind of evil entity, which introduced themselves as a student, much like 𝐜𝐻𝐻𝐸 as well. But I have this suspicion that student is also another version of Kumiko. I am still theorizing that Kumiko was able to split her brains into multiple different lines, or maybe it was through kin. Maybe she gives eggs and splits her brains off into her eggs. I don't know. Something crazy is gonna happen, but I'm convinced that the person manipulating 𝐜𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐸 now, who's basically a spy in the human empire, I think that's her as well. But regardless, 𝐜𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐸 was reintroduced, and he did some nasty stuff with 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐩𝐸𝐻𝐻's younger sister and with his friend. I think some kind of manipulation there. And then we were introduced to 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐻𝐻's brother with the bowl cut, which I hate him. I hate his face. I knew that dude was evil. I don't know if he's being manipulated or if he's just truly evil and part of the evil plans. But regardless, there is something up there as well. So, I mean, just very crazy set dressing for what we have going forward, guys. I am excited to see what the season kind of has laid out for us. I'm very excited to see on what we have going forward, and I'm excited that one of my favorite animes that I didn't know was going to be one of my favorite animes from the winter season is here in spring season. But I'm excited to see where it goes. Some of my ideas, are that, she's able to find out a way to split up her brains, because the way that this episode introduced to us was that she's now going to go and attack her mom mentally by that mental connection that she has between her mom and her, because her mom's been sending those mental text messages to her. So she's going to send her brains, her brain, her body brain, her magic brain. She's going to send all three of her brains to attack her mom mentally now as well. And we saw that happen in the episode. So I'm wondering what's going to happen there. I'm wondering if she's going to be able to take over her mom and maybe implant one of her brains in Momma Kumoko. Or I wonder if she's going to be able to kind of deteriorate her brain inside and then teleport, attack her, and finish her off. And maybe that's how she evolves into her next form. I don't know what's going to happen there. I think that she may be able to just take over the Queen Terratech and maybe do it that way, but I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But regardless, we know that next episode, or at least the next couple of episodes, we are going to get introduced to the battle between her and Momma Kumoko. With all that kind of wrapped up, overall, 10 out of 10, baby. This episode was amazing. I'm excited that our spider is back. I'm excited that Kumiko is back. Next episode is called You're Rebelling, I'm Self-Deprecating. So I know that that's going to have to do with her rebelling against Momma Kumiko, and I know that that's going to be the battle that happens next time. And I'm hoping that we get the evolutionary line for her so we can start seeing her kind of spread her webbings into the world. But with all that being said, guys, what an amazing episode. I'm so glad that this is back. Hopefully you guys can be here for the ride for us, or with us for the rest of the season. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the video. I would definitely appreciate if you guys liked. And let me know what you guys think is going to happen next episode, and kind of some of the crazy wonky theories that you guys have down in the comments below. But thank you guys for coming back to another review for 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 Spider So What? 10 out of 10 episode. And guys, do me a favor, if you guys want to see our full reaction to today's episode, click this video right here. That's our whole reaction to today's episode, and the video right below it, that's what YouTube says best for you. So click on that and cue it up and watch that for us as well. And guys, we'll catch you on the next anime review for 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 Spider So What? Peace out.